Hello, everyone, and welcome to Seven Figure Agency Intensive Iron Sharpens Iron. My name is Esteban Baez, and today I have with me
John Henao from Go Staffy.
awesome John. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh no, thank you.
So, I wanted to capture a little bit of your story and what brings you to these intensives. So, let's start with the beginning. How did you start doing things here with Seven Figure Agency?
Yeah, so I started coming to Seven Figure Agency in 2019 in December. It was a Roadmap Live. It was a
Oh,
free
okay.
event.
Yep.
I was,
We
I,
still do those.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I got an ad from Josh Nelson. It's the famous, notorious ad that you get, and I went to the free event, and then after that, we signed up right away,
Mm,
and we've been here for 4 years already.
okay.
So it's been a game changer
Okay.
for us. Yeah.
So you have two businesses, right? So you
Yes.
have a digital marketing agency that
Yes.
serves lawyers.
That's correct.
Okay. And then you also have Go Staffing.
The Go Staffy.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk first about your digital marketing agency, which is what got you here.
Exactly. Yeah, so we started out with with the digital marketing agency, and we when we started with Josh, we scaled quickly. Within 3 years, we pretty much scaled,
Really.
and then the
So
virtual
where were
staffing.
you when you started, and where were you?
Yeah, so we started. We were like around that 15K to 16K per month
Okay.
revenue,
Uh huh.
and then after 3 years, we hit seven figures after 3 years
Really.
with Josh, and that was right after. This was right after the pandemic hit.
Uh huh.
So that was a hard time, but it was a good time because I had Josh and I had the whole community with like backing me up and
Really.
taking me through those rough times.
Yeah.
We all were going through rough times during the
Right.
pandemic,
So even
to a certain point.
yeah. So even though times were rough, you still were able to scale and grow
Absolutely.
during
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah, because I mean, more people wanted to get on Zoom. So, like after 6 months, we realized that, this was a good thing that happened because now most lawyers were just having Zoom meetings now, and
Yeah.
not the traditional. Because we had more of a local business at the time, so we
Mm,
were visiting local lawyers. So it opened a lot of doors, actually.
that's excellent.
Yeah,
Like, so how did you make the transition? You decided, I'm going to start another business,
yeah,
right? So let's
absolutely.
talk about Go Staffing.
Yeah, so Go Staffy was born about 2 years ago. We were serving local businesses.
Okay.
And I remember speaking to Josh about it and asking him, like, hey, I think this would be a great fit for digital marketing agencies since we grew, our, digital marketing agencies to seven figures,
Right.
and we had talent from Colombia. So we were able to scale the agency and have a very profitable agency because a lot of times you grow an agency, but it's not profitable,
Right.
right? Because you have a lot of talent, you have a lot of team members, from the US. So we started offering the virtual staffing to digital marketing agencies about 2 years ago,
Okay.
and we started with the folks here in Seven Figure Agency.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And how's that going for you now from when you started to where you are today? Like what services do you guys focus on?
Yeah.
And what do you do for agency owners?
Yeah, so we currently have about 65 team members that we have, and we have close to 55 agencies that work with us. So we offer project managers, graphic designers, web designers, account managers, media buyers. They're all from Colombia. My parents are from Colombia, so for us, it's more of a passion project because we're creating more job opportunities to the country that my parents are from.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you started this, how many employees did you have and how many do you have now?
Oh yeah, when we started, I mean, literally, well, the agency side we had like 12, but for the virtual staffing, when we started, we had maybe 3 or 4 that were
Uh-huh.
serving the local market. Now we
Okay.
have about 65 team members.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So what would you say to a member that's thinking about when should someone start hiring and looking for the services that you provide?
Yeah, I would say like you have to look at what's the biggest bottleneck right now. But I think that once the agency hits that 30 to 40K monthly revenue, most of the time the agency owner is doing all the work, right? They're doing the account management, they're doing the sales, but they need to stop doing the sales. They need to stop doing those entry level rocks and just, focus on the sales and business development or just those higher rocks, the higher tiers.
Yeah.
So I would say like when you're that 40K mark, you need to hire, an EA, an executive assistant, that's going to
Okay.
remove most of the stuff that you shouldn't be doing, like
Right.
checking your emails, your calendar, um, doing contracts, whatever is bogging down your time. So I would say
Right.
start with there, and then you always need a Batman, just like Batman and Robin, you need someone that is going to be your right hand man. So having a good ops manager is
Yeah.
important too. Once you start hitting that 40K, someone that could run the agency for you. So that operations slash project manager is a very key role as well. So I would say EA and project managers are huge
Okay.
once you start hitting that 40K mark.
Yeah. And how do you service that? How do you provide uh, an EA or an ops manager? Do they get training before? Do
Oh,
you
great
train
question.
them, or does the owner have to train them?
Yeah, so that's the advantage that we bring to the table. So since we are digital marketing agency owners, we have experience. We have over 10 years experience, and we have a lot of experience working with Colombians, which
Okay.
is great.
Okay.
One of the advantages is the central time zone, which a lot of people don't mention, but that's a huge, right?
That's an advantage.
Exactly. But,
Okay.
like you said, the advantage is that we give them that ongoing training. That ongoing training, we have weekly support. We have weekly workshops. Like every single Thursday, we have AI training, Facebook ads training.
This is for your staff.
For the staff, yeah,
Right.
for the virtual staffing agency,
Okay,
for the
gotcha.
virtual staff that's working for the agency partner.
Right.
Yeah. So, think of us that we offer that 30 to 35% support to the agency owner. And what we're bringing to the table is retention. Like we believe that with our service, we're going to retain your team member for a very long time. Because we're pouring into them.
Right.
Right?
So they're growing.
They're growing.
They're expanding.
They're learning. Their skills are getting more polished. Right. One new thing that we implemented too was high level. So we hired a high level coach.
Really?
So we're getting.
Let's
them
talk about
into,
high level.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Tell me
absolutely.
about this high level thing.
Yeah, so we right now we were at the high level event just last week, or no, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we were a sponsor there, and we've been a high level user for the past 4 years, right? So we noticed that a lot of agency owners were looking for like a specialist in high level, right? So we started implementing the high level training. So we actually hired one high level coach that's actually overseeing people that we're taking through the training.
Yeah.
So we have all types of roles that we're taking through the training. We have web designers, we have admin assistants, EAs, anybody that wants to learn, because nowadays high level is such a great tool for automation, for scheduling, for
I would
so
say
many things, right?
almost all of our members use the tool. Right?
Exactly,
So,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Excellent.
But yeah.
So what would you say to a member that is considering you as an option? How can they learn more about you? How can they find out if they're a good fit? What's the process?
Yeah, the process is simple. If you're thinking of growing, like you have to remove yourself out of the equation if you want to grow your agency, right? So the best thing is to set up a discovery call with me.
Okay.
There's
how
a
can
QR
they do
code.
that?
Yeah, you can go to our QR code, like if you're here at the booth, but if not, you can go to gostaffy.com, and there's a huge just schedule time with me or my other salesperson, and we'll just take you through a discovery call with no commitment. And if not, if you don't do business with us, at least I can guide you and show you what your next hire should be, right? Because a lot of times, agency owners don't know what their next hire is sometimes.
Right.
So that call really, we go deep in the woods to make sure that you know what avenue to take or not.
Excellent.
Yeah.
John, one last question. This is it.
All right.
When you're not doing Go Staffy and when you're not running your other business, how do you like spending your time? What are some of your hobbies? What are the things that you love doing when you're not working?
Oh my God, yeah. So when I'm not working, I love playing with my dog, Chase, so I walk with him, I run with him, spend time with my family, of course, play basketball. Like I love playing basketball, yeah. But lately I've injured, I'm injured. So I'm like, I'm suffering, because I'm dying to go play, but I've been injured my toe. So, but either way, but besides that, just spending time with the family, traveling.
Yeah.
And walking my dog is one of the few things I do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Of course.
Loved having this conversation with you.
Absolutely, man. It was great.
All right.
All right. Thanks.